faculty, honored guests, beloved families, my dear friends in the 2009 class of IAMA 14. Thank you for bestowing on me this great privilege to share with you my thoughts on the impact I believe we are capable of having on this changing world we live in. The world is certainly a different place since we started our IAMA journey. On Friday, August 24th, 2007, the last day of the first residency, the Dow Jones was at 13,378, the S&P 500 at 1479, and the U.S. unemployment rate was at 4.7%. The rumblings of the financial crisis were all over the media, while the country was gearing up for a historic presidential campaign that was selling hope as a strategy. Despite the impending economic storm, we as a class chose to invest more than $4.7 million in building the good ship IAMA 14. And we bet on each other in hopes that we were buying more than what Marty would call cabbage. We were focused on improving what we are, our professional credentials, social standing, position in the workplace. And the worries of the outside world were not of our concern. We were taught that hope is not a strategy, and upgrading the who we are, our beliefs, our values, our persona, was not even on our radar. And as a sidebar, it's important you share with your families that insight that we received by our very special guest, Frank Cotrione, that last day we were together in Visa's Living a Life of Leadership. And not only is that a side note, but there are some other references I'm going to make here today that you understand, that you need to share with your families. And I'll leave that in the confines of your own homes to do so. Ask them if you don't understand. So, more than 21 months later, on April 3rd, 2009, the day we were inside the New York Stock Exchange, the Dow Jones was at 8,093 and had lost more than 38% of its value. The S&P 500 lost 57% of its value at 842. And the U.S. unemployment rate has soared to 8.5% on its way to 10. It is indeed a changed world. Maybe all that's left is hope. Maybe that's all we have, given the economic losses that have been sustained. The time-compressed financial crisis caused new paradigms within the business world, and all of a sudden the captains of capitalism, the same leaders that we were heralding years earlier for creating value and spreading wealth, all of a sudden were being seen as selfish liars and cheaters. Did the what they had become take over the who they are? Were these beacons of industry failures because they suddenly lost their balance with their duties of stewardship to their company's resources and principles? Did they lose their truth to self and in turn lose hope in their business ideas? Was it just their fault? While everyone was busy pointing fingers and shuffling blame, inside the depths of the car barn, MSB's good ship IAMA 14 was forming strong bonds. Trust, interdependency, the love of learning emerged amongst the diverse crew. We formed strong, sincere, and reliable relationships that have carried us through late-night test preparation and loads of class study analysis. A collective blind faith even set in as we headed to Dubai on that infamous voyage, on that other seaworthy vessel, the good ship Dow, as we tried to locate the palace. No naked mole rat or lap chirping generated crickets or clandestine Skype conversations were going to sink the good ship IAMA 14. The love of debate, the competition within individual teams, the open displays of vulnerability. Being wrong or called out was not embarrassing in our team. It was an honest inquiry for truth. These were the principles that established a deep personal obligation for each one of us to help each other succeed. It was that mystical feeling we experienced on that last Saturday of class that made us realize that it was no longer about the individual self. It was about us as a team. Hello? He's not here today. The phenomenal transformation that occurred within each and every one of us has outpaced the speed of change in the economic marketplace. That is what we truly are celebrating today. I believe the who we are has changed. We now realize that the choice of service over self-interest, a guiding principle in the teachings of the Jesuits and the spirit of Georgetown, was passed on to us by this exceptional faculty. Serving with love through deeds, effective love, not just feelings, affective love, was demonstrated by each and every one of them, and it transferred to us on a daily basis. It is this preservation of responsibility with the purpose that makes us shareholders of Georgetown's legacy. Serving is no longer a choice, it's an obligation. It's no longer about our new credentials, my friends. It's about duty to stewardship principles we were taught, and it goes beyond our obligation to each and every one of us and this institution. Most of all, it was the unselfish service of our families that allowed us to focus on ourselves as they willingly maintained responsibilities that we abandoned so that we can build a new who we are. Our greatest obligation is to our families. They are the ones we must now serve first. It was their effective love through deeds that got us through the challenges of the program and brought us to this great day. They're the ones that we must now emulate as we get back into the real world. The commitment of our sponsors also allows us to build a good ship, IMO 14, tolerating our absence from the daily needs of the hand that fed us. But in some instances, that sponsor was ourselves, given the entrepreneurial spirit that exists in this class. The truth is that who we are today is a reflection of all the people in our lives that have given so much in order for us to complete this program. It is now time to leave the safe harbor of Georgetown and begin a new journey. You all know what one is. You know why our ship must sail. A ship in harbor is safe. But that's not what ships were built for. It's now our turn to give back what we've been given and to answer the call of duty to navigate our friends, our families, our institutions through this economic tsunami that we are in the midst of. We've been armed with a great new set of analytical tools, a stronger moral compass, and the ability to draw the wisdom and expertise of the most respected leaders in the world, our new Georgetown Alumni Network. Most of all, we shove off with 51 new shipmates that we can depend on being by our side all the time as we sail through the roughest seas. Bon voyage, my friends. The time has come. I wish you best success, great success, and I look forward to a bright future together. Thank you. I'm now honored to introduce the Dean of the McDonough School of Business.
What we're doing is the class has voted on faculty award, and Professor Almeida is voting outstanding faculty.
The award. But Paul, as I related to this whole notion of hope as a strategy, which your analytical tools tell us does not exist, I want to make sure you understand that you gave us tremendous amount of hope, and you inspired us to reach new levels and pushed us to heights that not only allow us to create the analysis that we need, but also to form the kind of relationships to make hard decisions. We'll always remember you. Thank you very much for what you give us.
I am now honored to introduce the Dean of the McDonough School of Business.